What a crazy few weeks it has
Crazy.
been. We have a lot to update you on, some big news and also some kind of crazy news. So let's just jump right into it.
Oh, yeah. In this week's episode, we're going to be jumping into some amazing news that we received, what's going on with Utah rentals, and we hate to say it, but what happens if somebody dies in your unit? December may have started slow, but ended with a huge bang for us. Let's check out our newest owner. So we just got actually 2 new listings this month. We are here at one of the new listings. We're going to do our onboarding, and a part of our onboarding, if you have a rental property or don't have a rental property and you're looking to do it, we always do an onboarding for every new home we get. Look at this view though. We're actually in the Sleepy Ridge golf course kind of community, and neighbors it, and so we're actually on the golf course sort of. So beware for golf carts if you are the tenant or live in this area. But anywho, a part of our onboarding packages is that we go through the entire house, we do a rent-ready inspection, make sure everything's up to par, and honestly, it's a little bit of a liability coverage for us. So we go through and make sure if there is previous damages or things like that, that we've documented it. And then, if a tenant moves in and after, there's no light in there. If a tenant moves in and they're like, hey, there's a hole in the wall, but we go back to our documents and we're like, okay, there wasn't a hole in the wall when we inspected the place. So covers us and the owners for their liability. The same rent ready inspection that we fill out, the tenants will also fill out themselves at the beginning of their move-in process, and so they still have that option to cover themselves as well. So anything not marked in that rent ready inspection on the tenant's end will just be, documented. So if you're a tenant, make sure you fill that thing out correctly because it'll cover you in the long run. And if you're an owner or a self-managing landlord, make sure you have a system for that, right? You want to cover yourself. Make sure you're not missing anything. All right, let's go walk through this house. Oops, see? Things like this, right? Doesn't work, we'll document it. That's actually getting repaired here in the next week or so. Things like this, right? It's missing one of these fobs, so those are things you got to document just so that you're aware of everything going on in your properties. So tip for taking photos of your properties or videos of your properties is to buy the most expensive camera ever. I'm kidding. No, we do everything with our iPhones here, okay? We keep it simple. We want efficiency. We want it done easy, and it still looks good, okay? Yes, professional grade cameras add a little bit of more depth for it, but honestly, we're renting properties. We're not selling them. If we were selling them, maybe we would use a professional camera, but iPhones are pretty professional. Now, one tip that you should use is open the blinds. Get some natural light in here, right? I'm gonna show you the difference. This is no natural light. Lights on. No natural light, natural light. You're starting to see the difference. Natural light just brightens up the room, makes it look a lot better. If you're doing videos of yourself in here, it really brightens up yourself, so it looks a lot better. Another thing to consider when taking photos is that we keep our aperture at plus 0.7 because it really just opens up the lens and lets a little bit more light in. So it looks a little bit brighter, opens up the room, just makes it look better. Now we do have a rent-ready inspection form that Nate created, and if you guys want it, we can give it to you. You can use it on your listings. We can give it to you for free. We don't care. We want you guys to be professionals. We want you to take care of yourselves and your tenants. You can even give that to your tenants. Have them fill it out every time you have a new tenant move in. Keeps you covered, keeps them covered, keeps everybody happy.
So we're managing 64 properties right here in Utah County. We have a total of 4 vacancies that we are looking to fill. Filled 3 of them this past week. One in downtown Provo is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And we've got one in the Provo foothills. It's a single family property, a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom that just got filled. and then our last one was in Mapleton. So we still have one left in Spanish Fork, and then we have 2 properties we're just picking up brand new that we'll talk about later.
So we are back at our newest property that we're managing. We're here meeting the blinds guy. He's gonna come here, measure all the blinds. That's a bad example. That one actually works fully functioning. But we got about 5 or 6 blinds in this house that need to be replaced. Owners were very aware of it. They actually set this up, letting us know that this was something they wanted to do beforehand. So this was not something that we brought up to them. But yeah, we're gonna get the blinds done, get those measured up, get those installed, hopefully get this thing rented out ASAP.
Just opened the mail today and got this letter. Thought it was a scam at first, and then, someone was trying to sell me something, but turns out we're the best. So
You telling everybody we're the best?
we're the best. Oh, did
We're
you
the
hear?
best.
Did you hear we're the best?
We knew we were the best, but other people
We're not
now,
saying it. We're not saying we're the best, but they're saying we're the best.
They're saying we're the
So-
best. What do you think makes us as Mission Property Management stand out from others?
So I'm not sure exactly all the data that they use other than reviews. Who's the top reviewed property management company in Provo right now? So that was one of the factors. And then how we rank statistically and with also organic SEO. So those are 2 things that I know that they took into account. And our rankings have jumped probably 10x this past 2 months. And then all of our reviews have been really great as well. So thanks to everybody who's kind in leaving us a positive review from your experience you've had with us.
So we're back at the Mapleton property, which, good news, we did get rented out for $19.50. The lease will start January 1st. So that's huge. That's gonna be great. We're back at this unit today because it's a new build, so utilities have never been set up. And sometimes the utilities company needs the gas meter number. And so that's all we're here for. And sometimes in property management, you gotta drive 25 minutes for something that only takes 5. Here we go. If you've never had to get your gas meter number, you just check right here. You send that to the gas company and they take care of all of it. A part of property management is that no day is ever the same. The whole month could get thrown off by devastating news at any time.
We had an unfortunate event that happened in one of our units. This isn't the first time that I've experienced this, but I want to talk about the Utah regulation around this so that you know what to do if this happens to you or someone that you know. So we unfortunately had someone pass away in one of our rental units. Utah has what's called a stigmatized property law, and this basically allows you to not have to disclose things like meth in a property, someone passing away in a property. Oh yeah, but ghosts might be on it. Anyways, with those things, you don't have to disclose unless you are directly asked if something like that happened in the property. So when we're re-renting this property out, we don't have to necessarily disclose like, hey, someone passed away in this unit, just so you're aware. Obviously, it would not be a good thing or make it really difficult for us to be able to fill that unit if people knew that. Fortunately, the rule in Utah is you don't have to disclose those things. So, and renters coming in or even people buying a home, it's the same thing. You don't have to disclose that information. The only caveat to that with a stigmatized property are a few things, which is like lead-based paint. And then if there's other things, if it's prior to 1978 with lead-based paint, there's things with the house that could cause or affect individuals in that home. Mold isn't something we have to disclose, but something we have to acknowledge. And then asbestos is another one of those things. So keep in mind, if that ever happens to you, you just follow the lease. So and this is for anything, pretty much anything that you experience with any tenants, any hardships or whatever. Just follow the lease. One thing you want to keep in mind is you don't want to treat one tenant differently than another, because then you're going to be getting into discrimination laws. So no matter what race, color, ethnicity, religion, whatever it is, familial status, if you start discriminating against one tenant because for whatever reason, even if it's like a family life situation, you're just going to want to stick to the lease no matter what, just so that it's fair for everybody.
Not that we ever really have people come to the office, but I've been slacking. We're gonna do some winter cleaning here.